Yo, what is up guys, it's me Eve again here playing Tokyo Ghoul Break the Chains. In today's video, this is some very important video because this might be the end of era of Anteiku. Anteiku was dominating for the past few months after the God Souls were introduced, after the green Toka appeared, after the blue Hinami came together with her, and that was been a big era for the Anteiku. But now might be the end of it all. This might be the end of the era. And when I'm talking, you might be confused. Why is this the end of the Anteiku era? And mostly this is because of the new arena. So if you don't know the Pinnacle Showdown, where I'm gonna obviously do the video about this arena, but it's just because this was more important, I think, compared to just some knowledge or how the arena itself works. I think this is more important to know. So they introduced to us the new tactic system. So these tactics basically do give you some buffs. Some are minor, some are good, and so on. But there is one specific tactic that is extremely OP. And in today's video, we're going to talk about this shit, because this is insanity. So if you take a look at this one right here, it's called Healing Prohibition Tactic. So if you go down here in the tactic effect, you will see that this is reduces all enemies regeneration rate and restoration rate by 70%. This is insane. So now you might be thinking, oh, so what's the problem with that? Why would Anteiku suffer from this? If you know that a lot of the characters in the Anteiku do get healed because of the existence of Blue Hinami. Blue Hinami can heal them. They also have a good restoration rate and like regeneration rate in general in the Anteiku. God Cell for the Owl also allows him to heal himself. That's one of the reasons why the God Cell All is so OP, also because he can just get healed, and then there's like no problems, because if he stays on the max HP, that's why he like gets the big amount of damage that he can do. As you can see, restore 15% of your lost HP here. So now imagine you're getting 70% less healing from all of the stuff that you have on Anteiku, basically. So now, if you're going for someone like Hinami here, she has a 10% like increase the heals all allies for 10% of their max HP. So now you basically get rid of the 70% from this, so it's 3% only from this one. The God Cell All now is gonna be only healing if, for example, if he was healing 15% here. So now this is like around 5%. This is nothing. This is nothing, bro. This is a big difference. This is a huge nerf, and from just that. And now, if you go to Aogiri, if you know, Aogiri can actually debuff the healing as well, and with only one character that is. He can basically himself debuff the shit out of the healing from the Anteiku. If you don't know, Easter Ayato has a passive on the 0 stars that he can apply Breathless for 2 turns on enemies after he uses the active skill, and your reduces restoration rate by 80% and regeneration rate and lifesteal rate for 40%. So this means you're like, if you're using this guy with that debuff as well on him, or like on any other unit in your team, you're basically getting yourself a full on 100% debuff on healing. So literally 0 healing will be available for Anteiku, and that's a huge difference. You might be thinking, okay, like even if they don't get healed, what's the problem there? This guy scales of HP, so now with each hit he gets less HP, right? So less HP means less damage, and if he can't heal, previously he would just heal to the max and he's got the full on damage back again. This girl here also heals from overly from her HP. She uses her HP as the main stat to damage, because she's got the additional damage coming in from HP. So scaling of HP means the more HP, the better. But now, if after one turn, if she's low on HP, she's not gonna be doing anything. You can't even heal her back, because now this is shit. And oh my god, this might be the day, ladies and gentlemen, we might be seeing the end of Anteiku. Again, it might be too early to speak, but I think this actually might be the end of Anteiku, because this thing right here by itself, if everyone is going to be running this, as well as we don't know if this is going to be stacking or not. So like, for example, if you put this one on someone and you put the other one on someone else, is this going to be stacking? If this is already going to be 140%, let's say, after 2 stacks from different characters, this is basically 100%. So now 0 healing already. You don't even need Easter Ayato anymore, like for those things. I mean, like previously Easter Ayato and I think Psy Shu were the only ones who wouldn't allow you to heal because they have the Breathless on them. But now you don't even need those characters. You have the just free debuff for, yeah, he has the Breathless as well here. So now you have the debuff on any character that you possibly want to have it on. So this is insane. So CCG will have it, or like at least one character. Even having one of them on one of the characters is going to be enough to make the quit. It doesn't even have any like restrictions to make it harder to get. For example, like on some of the tactics like this, you have a 20% for increase, like for putting the incapacitation on. For example, like at least that's something. But here you don't even have, like, you don't need to activate any activate any skills, active skills or anything like that. If you don't like basically win the game in the first few turns, Anteiku is useless. They are not gonna do any damage without having an HP. Like both two characters already after first turn, if they get enough damage on them, they're gonna be useless. So I'm talking about the Owl as well as the Green Toka herself. Those two, if you do enough damage to them in the first turn, they're useless pretty much. So you're only left with one other option, because the other option is also Blue Hinami, and she's now useless in terms of healing. Obviously, she's not going to be applying any heals to you. But again, this also will need to see if you can get rid of this with a debuff immunity. So does Hinami, will she cleanse this thing? It seems like that could be the option. As you can see, for example, on on the third star, 3-star skill, she grants debuff immunity for 1 turn, so she can, as well as she does have some cleansing for the debuffs on her. So does that apply for her, or are we going to see that like removes all debuffs and weak effects only on 3rd turn? So will we need to be like able to survive until 3rd turn to wait for that cleanse? Or is this gonna be working, or like how is it gonna work? Again, we don't know enough yet about this, because this is still like no one got this any of these tactics, because it's just the start of, for example, on my server, this is just the start of the whole thing. So we'll only be able to see all of that when everyone is getting those, or everyone will be using those, and if we'll see that Anteiku actually doesn't have any ways to deal with this. This is actually gonna be the end of Anteiku. This will probably be the end. And nothing will help him, only if the new 2 Anteiku characters that are coming soon with the Natsu Matsuri, I think, the name of the event, if those 2 can save them, they probably will need to be something that extremely buffs the tankiness of Anteiku, and having like, so that the Anteiku doesn't have a problem with surviving even without healing, and like switching up, for example, Team Hina in that sense, into just having purely 3 like units that only buff each other without having any supports. That could be the only way. But if those 2 don't have that type of character, I think this is GG's well played, and I will need to switch to CCG, at least try to do that, as well as everyone who been playing this game will need to forget about Anteiku existing until at the point when Anteiku becomes more of a DPS, or more of a like a tankiness, pure like I don't know, shields based tankiness team. I don't even know what they're gonna do. I think this might also get obviously nerfed, depending on how this is gonna perform. If this is actually gonna be like making Anteiku useless, I think they might think about nerfing this. But again, as you can see, we only got like after 9 months of the game, this was the first time we got the adjustments, for example, for the characters. So if this is gonna be, if there's not gonna be a silent nerf on this, we probably will not gonna get any nerfs on this stuff. So that was it for today's video. Hopefully you liked it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave comments, as well as tell me what you think about this. Are you excited for this? Obviously, I don't know. I think in terms of balancing, that would be good, but I don't think that's the good thing. Is like the 70% is too much. If they wanted to balance out some stuff, they should have made this shortly, but much less percentages. 70% is too high. Like, this is extremely broken. But if it would be like 15-20%, I think that would be manageable, and that would definitely make more sense compared to like this is completely looking forward to just making Anteiku useless, because anyone else doesn't care about this. Like Aogiri doesn't care, the CCG doesn't care about this, only Anteiku cares about this, and this is looks like complete Anteiku nerf just by using this one in there. So we'll see how it's gonna go. Again, this is just purely a theory of mine, to be honest, how it looks if there's not gonna be a ways to deal with this from like just overly a paper, basically how we see it on paper right now. But we'll see better in the future, and we'll definitely know for sure if this is going to be a problem for Anteiku or not. Other than that, hopefully you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.